Okay, so we are doing something a little different today.
Yeah,
Usually we're diving into, processor speeds or cloud architecture.
big, complex systems.
Exactly. Today we're focusing on what is essentially a piece of bent metal.
The NTI E-RK1-5D.
That's the one. And I know it sounds technical, maybe even a little dry.
It's a mounting kit. I mean, it doesn't sound very glamorous,
Yeah.
but the documentation you pulled up, it really highlights a specific blind spot in a lot of IT setups.
And that's the angle I want to get into. We're talking about a $13 accessory here.
Just $13.
It's a 1RU rack mount kit. Now, for anyone not, living in a server room, 1RU is just the standard unit of height for these big equipment racks.
Right, it's about 1.75 inches. This kit is made specifically to take the NTI E-5D series, which are these small sort of tabletop devices, and bolt them securely into that standard rack.
Okay, and that distinction, tabletop versus rack mounted, that seems to be the whole point here.
It is.
It feels easy to just dismiss a bracket as, I don't know, an aesthetic choice. But the argument here is that it's functional. Why does it matter if it's sitting on a shelf or screwed into the rack?
Well, it's about converting a gadget into actual infrastructure.
A gadget into infrastructure, I like that.
If a device is just sitting on a table, it's vulnerable. Cables get snagged, vibrations can move it around, someone bumps it.
Sure, happens all the time.
But in a rack, it's grounded, it's stable, and it's usually in the proper airflow path, which helps with cooling. It just legitimizes the hardware.
And considering the price, $13, it's in stock, has a 2-year warranty, it seems trivial. But the stakes get a lot higher when you realize what this kit is actually holding.
That's the key context, right? You're not rack mounting a desk lamp.
Not at all.
This kit is designed to secure the Environment UX Enterprise Environment Monitoring System.
Right, I went through the specs on that. The E-5D and the industrial version, the E-5D-IND. This isn't just a thermometer you stick on the wall.
Far from it. It's a hub. I mean, out of the box, it has internal sensors for temperature and humidity, but it also supports 5 external sensors you can configure.
For what kind of things?
It's watching for liquid water, power failures, physical intrusion, even smoke.
So this little box is basically the thing that tells you if your server room is flooding, overheating, or on fire.
It's the nerve center for physical safety. And the crucial part is that it's an active system. If a sensor goes out of range, say the AC dies and the temperature spikes, it doesn't just, log it somewhere.
It does something about it.
Exactly. It triggers sirens, it lights up alarm beacons, sends out SNMP traps to the network team.
The notes I saw even mentioned it can use a USB 3G modem to make voice calls or send text messages.
Which is vital. Think about it. What if the network itself is already down because of whatever environmental failure is happening?
Okay. So it's a fail-safe. It has its own way to call for help.
Precisely.
So let's connect the dots here. We have this really sophisticated watchdog system that could save millions in hardware and data.
And without the kit, that watchdog is just sitting loose on a shelf. The real irony is that the monitoring system itself is often the most physically vulnerable piece of gear in the entire room.
Because it's small and lightweight.
Yep. If your environmental monitor gets knocked offline by a cleaning crew or someone snags a cable, you are flying completely blind.
So that $13 bracket it's essentially the physical insurance policy for the digital insurance policy. It makes sure the Environment UX can actually do its job.
It's a classic engineering lesson on ROI, isn't it? You spend all this money on the smart system, the sensors, the alerts, but the integrity of the whole thing relies on the cheapest item on the invoice.
It really forces you to look at your own critical systems in a different light. It's not always about the biggest, most expensive upgrade.
It makes you ask a simple question. What is the $13 bracket in your setup? What's the small, overlooked part that's holding the whole thing together?
And that's the question we'll leave you with. Do you have a critical system, digital or physical, that's currently sitting on a shelf when it really should be bolted down? Thanks for diving in with us.